Hello, are you a self taught developer? Then this is for you. I'm going to be sharing with you five important tips that will help you in your journey as a self taught developer. Every successful developer is a self taught developer. That is because even if you were taught in school, even if you attended a tech school, you still need to be teaching yourself frequently for you to be up to date in this technology. Okay, the teachers will not teach you everything. You still need to make research on your own, learn on your own for you to be really good. Okay, but then there are just some certain people that didn't even attend any tech school. No one is guiding them. They came into this journey, they started this journey on their own, and they've been on this journey on their own. Oh my god, I really need to commend those people. Okay, so today I'm going to be sharing with you five tips that will help you. And the first one is follow a resource, but do not limit yourself to that particular resource. Now, you might choose to learn a language from W3 schools or tutorials points. Now, you are choosing this resource because you need to follow their curriculum. You need to follow their topics, step by step guide. Okay, but then why do I say that you shouldn't limit yourself to that particular resource? For example, if you're studying a particular topic from that resource, if their explanation is not good enough for you, or you don't understand that particular topic on that resource, then make research. Don't just limit yourself to that resource. Make research. Find other sources. Search on Google. Make research. Try to understand that particular topic with other resource. Don't just depend on the resource you're using because you must understand this. This is the resource I'm using. Try to make research before you leave any topic. Make sure you fully understand that topic. Even if you don't fully understand it, but just have an idea of what that topic is all about. The second one is don't jump to a child without knowing the mother. Okay, so this is one of the problems faced by so many developers. They usually jump to the child without knowing the mother. And what do I mean by this? For example, some people know React, but they do not know JavaScript. What? Then, like, how did you learn React? Okay, and these are the people that will be shouting, programming is hard, this is hard, and all of that. Whereas you jumped what you're supposed to know and you entered into the deeper part of what you're supposed to know. Now, how are you supposed to understand it? Okay, so make sure you fully understand a language before you jump into the framework. Even if you don't fully understand, just make sure you know the language to some point before you jump into the framework. Because framework was actually developed from the language. If you don't know the language, how then are you going to cope with the framework? It's wrong, please. Just try to understand the mother before you start knowing the child. Okay, the next one is don't read programming, practice it. Some people understand what I mean by this because some people actually read programming. They read the books, they read the PDFs, but then they don't practice what they are reading. How then are you supposed to understand fully? For example, let's say you're learning HTML. You're using a resource and you're seeing some codes there. Please write that code. Be sure that the code is doing exactly what they said it's supposed to do. And running the code will even help you to understand more because when you see H1 is doing this, H2 is doing this, when you write it by yourself, based on the output of the code, you will understand fully what the code is all about. So if you're not ready to practice programming, please just wait till when you're ready. Don't read programming, practice it. Okay, except maybe you just want to read and understand some terms, but still when you come across the codes, please write it on your IDE and practice it. It will help you so much to understand so that you even know if this code is actually doing exactly what they said is doing in that resource you're using. The next is build a significant project after every course. Yeah. After HTML, make sure you have built a significant project with HTML. Just try out some certain things with HTML. Now, after CSS, try to style your project from HTML with CSS just to be sure you fully understand some things in CSS. So try to at least design something good with CSS. And then when you enter JavaScript, try to connect your JavaScript with what you already have from HTML and CSS. I've heard some people say, I know JavaScript, but I don't know how to integrate it into my HTML or CSS. Like what? So this is one of the problems that make me hear such kind of things. If you don't try to build a project after each course, then trust me, you're not going to fully understand that course. We understand programming by practicing. We understand programming by building, handling projects. The more you handle projects, the more you are exposed to some certain things that you do not know about, and you learn it at that moment. Okay, so for example, let's say you learn loops or if statements in JavaScript. Just try to think of a scenario where you will implement it in your HTML or CSS. Maybe you will say, I can actually use this in forms, maybe to validate my form, to make sure that the user does not have a null value in any input field. I'm gonna try this. And then you try to use if statement from JavaScript to connect to your HTML. This is how you learn. Okay, so this will help you a lot, and even in your logical thinking it will help you so much. You don't just wait for someone to come and tell you, implement what you learned in JavaScript into your HTML or CSS. You do this deliberately. Okay, then after JavaScript, if you are working on PHP, then try to implement your PHP. Try to integrate the PHP backend into your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, try to build something with this. It will help you a lot. The next on my list is get a mentor and make lots of developer friends. Okay, now why do you need a mentor in this field? Sometimes you might have a bug on your code, and trust me, if you don't have any friend, any developer friend around you, or any mentor who you can easily talk to about this error, then that error might take you up to a month to debug. And on the process, you might even get tired of programming. That is when you see some people saying, I don't want to do this again. I've lost interest in it. One of the problem is when you are on it alone. Try to make friends in this field. Don't be on this journey alone. This is not a journey that you can embark on just on your own. You need help from people. You need to get some knowledge from other people. Someone like me, even if like I don't like giving people my number. I don't just like listening to guys sometimes. But whenever you say you're a developer, that catches me. I would want to give you my number. I would want to connect with you because I know we are like minds. We will flow together. We are like minds. So just make lots of developer friends. Try to connect with developers. It will help you a lot. So this is all I have for you today, and I'm very sure that if you follow these tips, then your journey in this field as a self-taught developer will be simple and not so complicated. Thank you guys.